Hey, what's up everybody? I was having a couple technical issues. I think it's working though. Happy Friday night. It's about 9:15. Let me give it a full minute. Just, whoa, that thing's swaying. That truck's a rockin'. Don't come a knockin'. I'm gonna give it a minute just to see if everything's okay. Captain Canada, what up? Mets fan, churro. This is the home. See the Colorado Rockies sign over there? Colorado Rockies, I think, have the worst record in baseball. It's gotta be. I think they have won 6 and lost 30. You can double check that, but worst team in baseball. I know that because somebody sent me a video and it was either a player or one of the coaches, and he was doing a press conference and he was saying, please don't give up on us. And then like after he said, please don't give up on us, he had to run out of the press conference because he started crying. I was like, oh, that's not the greatest message for the fans. I do see right up here on the corner, there's some police activities. Go Dodgers? Yeah, for sure. Go Dodgers. Was it last September? Yeah, that I was in LA and the Dodgers won it. Their first year with Ohtani, and they won it. That was crazy. We were in Silver Lake partying with all the Doyer fans. I am still trying to get my chat up. One of my phones that I normally look at the chat on decided to freeze. And I don't know why. Yeah. But I have a backup phone in here. I have 4 working cell phones in here tonight. How crazy is that? So here's cell phone 1, here's cell phone 2, here's the cell phone that's not working, and then 5, because you're watching me on the 5th one. How crazy is that? I pay for 5 cell phones. It's a challenge just to keep everything updated, to keep all the batteries working. Here's Coors Field right here. But I need to do that because a lot of issues pop up. Like tonight, and we had a backup phone, so we're good. T. Lucero, member for 15 months. Thank you so much. Just to start out before, I don't know if everybody's hearing me okay. Just before we get started, I feel really good tonight, which is rare for the last 2 months. Here's how I look. What up, everybody? I got hurt. It's probably a little over a month ago, probably a month and a half ago. I ripped my calf. Since then, I've made rehabbing that leg like a full-time job. I've been hitting it with red light therapy, cold therapy, tons of rehab, tons of YouTube videos on how to massage it, get it back to health the right way. Oh, look at this little thing right here. Your stick family was delicious. Interesting. So injury-wise, I feel great. And then also health-wise, I'm feeling great. Linda and I got a Tdap shot tonight. I think it's called Tdap. And while I was in there, they asked if we wanted the pneumonia shot, which I didn't even know was a thing. But apparently that's a thing. But we only signed up to get the Tdap shot. So in the future, I'm hoping to get the pneumonia shot that I didn't even know existed. Are you never gonna come back to LA? I miss LA cruising, says Vintage Collector. I am definitely coming back to LA. I will be there actually in the next 2 weeks. Hey, Ellie E, member for 25 months. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. What up, Ellie? Yeah. We got Ellie in the house. What up, Ellie? Good to see you. What up, Vivi? What up, Sonia? Oh, that reminds me as well. So I am going to be in LA right at the very beginning of June. I did get caught up on my emails mostly. I'm at like 95% caught up on the emails. I always like jump the gun on saying stuff too early, but I'm going to try to arrange like a little LAOC lunch somewhere. Attendance is not mandatory. Don't feel like you have to come. I have some ideas now, but I haven't locked down the exact thing. So a couple, ooh, look at this lady's dress over here. Wow. You better work. Cover girl. Work it, girl. Do that twirl. So maybe you wanted to have lunch with me. Maybe you missed the parties that we had. Let's see what's going on. Something's going on with this bus. Maybe I don't know. I don't want to speculate. Maybe you missed the party that we had last June. If so, I feel sorry for you because that party kicked ass. Oh, somebody else was getting arrested on that last corner. I didn't put the phone over fast enough, but if you rewind it, there was a dude in cuffs on the last corner there. It's popping down here. We had a really bumpin' party last June, brought to you by Ellie E and Shannon Hansen in the chat. That was a lot of fun. I'm still loving all the memories from that party. That was such a cool party. That happened last June. And then we also had a Christmas party in Riverside in December, brought to you by Ellie E and Shannon. Maybe you missed those, maybe you didn't. Either way, if you want a chance to meet me, see if I'm real, see if I'm posing as AI. I'm actually a real person, but you can verify that for yourself. If you want to come to the lunch meetup, I'm thinking it's gonna be June 7th. Don't hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be June 7th in the LA area. Might be the Orange County area, but we'll see. Here's a little from Randy. Here's a little for the taco or gas of your choice. By the way, where can I find the correct email to send you a note? Peace, love, kindness from Texas. Randy, thank you very much. It is the same email that I've been using for a long time. It's laoc310@gmail.com. I gave that email out last week and said, email me. And about 230 people emailed me, and it took me all week to get back to everybody. Sorry if I didn't get back to you until Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I got through pretty much all of them. People were asking me all kinds of weird stuff, and I was responding to almost all of it. Sometimes I don't feel like responding, sometimes I do, and this week I did. So you might have gotten an email from me. Hopefully it was good enough. I tried to make them long because I tried to add a lot of value. We were at an elevator rescue here one night. This is 1777 Larimer. That was one of my first streams in Denver. I want to say I've been here like 8 or 9 months so far. And I do have license plates, and that's a new thing. I just put license plates on this week. Somebody in the chat's probably thinking to themselves, don't you have to do the license plates within the first couple months? Yes. I procrastinated way past the due date. Oh, this is 16th Street Mall right here. And they're running free buses. Maybe we'll take a walk out there tonight. I feel as good as I have in a while, so maybe tonight's the night that we park and do that. I'm seeing a ton of people on the street right here, and I'm guessing it's for Comedy Works. One of the best comedy places in the whole world is just to the left of where these people are standing. It's called Comedy Works in Denver. What up, Ryder? What up, Miguel? What up, Sonia? This dude has a light on the back of his head and boots, leggings. What? Yeah, if I had to guess, I'd say these people are all in line to go. Boston? Who thinks Boston's gonna beat the Knicks in this next series? Oh yeah. So I was playing pickleball with Linda, was it Wednesday night or Thursday night? And we were watching the Denver Nuggets Game 7. So if you've been following the NBA, the Denver Nuggets were in a Game 7 a couple weeks ago against the Los Angeles Clippers, and we got it. We won the Game 7 confidently. And then we were playing this series, we're playing the Oklahoma City Thunder, the team that got stolen from Seattle. They used to be Seattle Supersonics. Now they're the OKC Thunder. Nobody said, or people were pretty much saying that Denver didn't have a chance versus OKC because OKC won 68 regular season games, which is a lot. To make the playoffs, you have to win like 50 games, sometimes like 47. They won 68 games. They have a player that is in contention for MVP. I don't think he's the MVP, but I'm biased. I think Nikola Jokic is the MVP because he's a generational player. He's already had 4 MVPs though, so I mean, if he doesn't get it this time, it's fine. If he does get it this time, he's got one for every finger on one hand. But he already has the whole knuckles right here covered in MVPs. Oh, this is a fire station right here. Look how bored they look. Oh, they're just chilling. These are firefighters. Yeah. Looks like they're fighting boredom right now, which is great. That's something that I don't really see LA firefighters fighting. They're fighting real crime calls. I'm going to be hitting up some real crime calls here soon. Hopefully I still remember how to do it. That's coming up soon. Oh yeah, Aaron Gordon has a hamstring injury, but he's got a couple days to get that hammy back up operational. Here's where the Denver Nuggets won the other night and forced that Game 7. This is Ball Arena. Linda calls it Ballerina. It's actually Ball Arena. Aaron Gordon is being called the heart of the Denver Nuggets team. He's one of the favorite players of people here in Denver. He had a brother that passed away. His brother was an NBA player. His brother passed away 2 years ago, I believe in a car crash. And his brother had 3 children, 3 young children. I don't know if Aaron Gordon adopted those kids, but he's been fathering at least 2 of those kids. I think one of them is with their biological mom, and he's got 2 of them. But yeah, Aaron Gordon's quite a guy. I'm a huge fan. Let's walk out here just for a moment. It's beautiful outside tonight. I think we're gonna be doing some walking, if I had to guess. Oh, there's Aaron Gordon right now. Right there. Right here. Yeah. And so his number was number 50. So I have an Aaron Gordon hologram in my office, and he's dunking over this guy, and he was wearing number 50. He changed to number, was it just 32? That was his brother's number that passed away. I want to say 2 years ago. And Aaron Gordon is one of Nikola Jokic's best friends. Moon's over Miami. Where is the moon? I don't see it. This is 9th and Chopper. Stanley Cup champions. That happened in 2019. I thought they also won it in 2022. No? Somebody can look that up. I was telling Linda that the other night. I was like, doing this streaming thing, it's very humbling because everything that I say that's wrong, people will either email me or leave it in the comments, which is fine. But it just really lets me know how wrong I am a lot. So yeah, right off the bat, anything that you hear me say that might be wrong, it probably is wrong. Triple check everything that I say. You're in front of the World Wide Web, and I'm just freestyling out here. Linda's like, well, it's because you say stuff confidently, and sometimes it's not right. I'm like, well, yes, that's part of it. It's also part of it that people can just double check stuff because they're in front of their computer, and I can't. But technically she's right. She calls it talking out of my ass, which is not the nicest way to say it, but it's probably true. I'm a really big Colorado Avalanche fan. That's our hockey team. This is the logo. Colorado Avalanche. My favorite year, so when I was in high school, they were a brand new team, and they won it one of the first years that they were even an organization. And we had this player called Peter Forsberg, still one of my favorite hockey players of all time. Joe Sakic. The goalie was Patrick Waugh. We had Drury. We had Adam Deadmarsh. They actually made a trade with the Los Angeles Kings, and we got Steve Blake, who was a really good Kings player for a long time, but then we got him. Miss you in LA. I don't really watch anymore. What up, Jaybird? That's okay. What up, Jaybird? I still wear the exact same hoodie that I wore every night in LA. This hoodie has like 500,000 miles on it. Look at the zipper. The zipper broke in the dryer, and so I almost have to have like butterfly pliers to pull this thing up. Yeah, the zipper's been gone for a long time. The paint on the zipper has been gone for a very long time. Linda's like, it's time for a new hoodie. I'm like, technically you're right, but I think I could squeeze another 50K miles out of this one. I'm trying to get my money's worth out here. If you watch the LA streams for the last couple years, I was wearing this hoodie almost every night. I just really love it. And I was just thinking the other day, I was like, people must think I'm like a video game character that hasn't unlocked any other outfits. I'm like the character that you start with at the beginning of the game, and then I don't have any other clothing choices. I'm wearing some newer shoes. I mean, they're not new, but they're not as beat up as the the other ones that I wear a lot. So here's the man right here, Nikola Jokic, the Serbian wonder. And then there's Aaron Gordon, number 32. Okay, he changed to 32. That was his brother's number that passed away. He was number 50. And then Russell Westbrook right here is about 10 games away from getting his first ever NBA championship. And then here's my favorite player, Jamal Murray. He was sick last game, but he played anyway. It reminded me of that game that Michael Jordan played when he had the flu. The Jordan flu game. And then this is one of my other favorite players, Christian Brown. He won with Kansas City. He's won a lot of things. Oh, and he's just grabbing his pistol there. That's okay. Surprised they went with that picture, but okay. Okay. And then homeboy Michael Porter Jr. has his mouth open. Boop, boop. Fun fact, in 2020, I was in front of what was called Staples Center at the time, and the LA Lakers won the bubble championship. So that was during COVID. LA Lakers won that championship. People were saying that it wasn't a real championship, but they won it anyway. There was a yellow G-Wagon that pulled up in front of Staples Center, and it was this guy. He was driving it, Michael Porter Jr. And a girl popped out of the sunroof and started showing her exposed bosoms. And yeah, you can see that video on my YouTube page. Pretty crazy. At the time, everybody's like, that's Michael Porter Jr. I was like, it can't be. And then I looked later and it was. Turtle Butt, what up? What up, Dave? Got a car wash earlier. It's looking okay. 137,000 miles. About 60,000 plus we did driving around LA. And at that time I didn't have this bike rack, but bike rack's been holding me down. Jeremy, I use a paper clip on my zipper. Even a safety pin works. That's a good tip. I'll show you what I do here in a second. And look, so I'm the only one out here, which if you've been following my streams the last couple months, happens a lot. It almost looks like that movie I Am Legend with Will Smith, or that series Life After People, where it looks at what would happen if everybody just died and what would the earth look like. But yeah, it's Friday night and I have the city all to myself as usual. Love that movie. What, I Am Legend? It's a pretty good movie. That's back when Will Smith was still a big celebrity. I guess now he's still a pretty big celebrity, but like after that whole smacking incident, his stock went way down. We were watching a ton of like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and all that kind of stuff, and then we really like took a break on Will Smith after that whole slap incident. Wasn't a huge fan. I like Chris Rock a lot, and Chris Rock's a little guy, so for him to get slapped, Will Smith's a big dude, and he just popped him right on live TV. Let's go this way. Oh yeah, I was gonna show you how I do my zipper. So I just grab it with my human hand and then just pull it up and down. Like I'm just grabbing it right by it. I should get one of those priest white things right here. No, people would get the wrong idea. Linda and I asked one of my friends to marry us in his backyard. This was 10 years ago. And so he got you can go online and become an ordained minister. I think the place that he got it was like World Ministries or something. You pay like $30 and you become an ordained minister that can legally marry people. And yeah, for $30, my friend became a minister and legally married my wife and I. And to this day, I still tell him, I'm like, you can brag to people that everybody you've ever married is still together. Maybe that's like a good pitch for a website or something. What kind of pizza should I order? And from Domino's or Pizza Hut? Okay, so if it's Pizza Hut, get some breadsticks. I like their breadsticks. I like the pan pizza there. I used to do Riff. Reading is fundamental. And if you read a certain amount of books, this is in the 80s, you got a free pan pizza. I kind of cheated a little bit on the books. I might not have read all of them that I said I did, but I really wanted that pizza. So I'm gonna say Pizza Hut for the breadsticks, but for Domino's, I do a like garlic Parmesan white sauce, and then I do spinach, chicken, and onion. That's pretty good. My favorite pizza place is in Orange County. It's called Sergeant Pepperoni's Pizza. Miss that a lot. What up, Shammy Cakes? What up, Dave? What up, Cap? What up, Mike K? Deborah, GH, Jesus, Keyway, LA, what up? Miguel, WW, what up? LE. Well, this is like a throwback night. We got Ellie. We have a ton of OGs. Thank you so much, Ellie. Look who got him. Hexram, Keyway, Jaybird, Salty, Newts, Susie. Hey, thank you so much, Ellie. Appreciate that. Thank you. Iggy Maldonado's in here. What up, Iggy? Several people came to both parties, the June party and the December party. Iggy and Jonathan both were there. Mama Hill was at both. Ellie was at both. Shannon was at both. I think Churro, I'm not sure if Churro was at the June one, but he was definitely partying like a party animal at the Riverside event. Who else was there at both? KD was there at both. I'm missing a lot, but yeah, a lot of people came to both. Turtle Butt should have been at both and better be at the next one. Congratulations on all the new members, courtesy of LEE and Deborah. Hey, Deborah! Thank you very much, Deborah. I'm sorry I missed that. Hey, that's sweet of you. Thank you for doing that. I am looking for parking too, because it looks like 16th Street Mall is a little bit more open than usual. This is a beautiful little area down here. It didn't look like this 20 years ago when I used to skateboard down here. There used to be those movies like Judge Dredd and things like that that were from the future, or like Back to the Future Part 2, where you see people on hoverboards and whatever. That's kind of what it feels like. I came back 20 years later and everybody's on scooters. Sometimes people are on one wheels. These dudes are dressed to impress. Yo. Whole Foods, Central. This girl's got some overalls. Looking like a Cabbage Patch Kid. This is the train station. Union Square, I think. What is this? Eggs Inc? What? Is that a breakfast spot or like place to freeze your future children? I don't know. Never seen that before. I was talking to Linda the other night. Linda was like, can you believe this guy has been in a coma for 2 years? I was like, Linda, you need to look up this sleeping prince. He's been in a coma for 20 years. She's like, I've never heard of that. If somebody was in a coma for 20 years, I'm pretty sure I would have heard of it. And then, you know, she immediately looked it up and she's like, what the heck? This dude's been in a coma for 20 years? I was like, yeah, you didn't even need to look that up because I already told you, but you didn't believe me, so you went to the web. But yeah, there's a dude in the Middle East that's been in a coma for 20 years, which I think is like 19 years too long, in my opinion. Whoa. Chilling here in Iowa. Jason, what part of Iowa? Are you in Altoona? Or are you in Decatur? Or are you in Truro? Or are you in Council Bluffs? Meh. Meh. Kind of want to go left somewhere down here. Start an electric light parade in Denver like the Venice Electric Light Parade in California. So yeah, I don't have the moxie to start anything here. I'm not the trendsetter that I used to be. I'm half the man I used to be. Carroll, Iowa. So that's where my grandfather lived in the later years of his life. That's crazy. Somebody just brought up Carroll, Iowa last stream. I know everything about Carroll, Iowa. Well, not everything, but I know a lot. Look at this Tesla. I know a lot about Carroll, Iowa. My grandpa used to live in Erling, and then he lived in Templeton. And my grandparents were part of the people that started Templeton Rye. So if you've ever heard of that alcoholic, what is it, whiskey? That was my family that started that, and they started it back in the bootlegging days. It was one of Al Capone's favorite late night beverages, Templeton Rye. And whenever you go into my family, on my dad's side, their houses, they have all this Templeton Rye gear. They love that. Everything about Templeton Rye is like, feels like it's right out of my family's basement, which is probably where it started, actually. Crazy enough. Susan says, Jason, you live in Carroll, Iowa? I used to live in Winterset, Iowa, which is 40 miles south of Des Moines. So I was born at Mercy Hospital. Pretty sure. Sometimes I say I was born at Mercy and then my mom corrects me. I can never remember if that's right or wrong. I think I was born at Mercy Hospital. I got diagnosed with my first kidney stones at Mercy Hospital. That sucked. I was back for a wedding and it felt like somebody stuck a knife in my ribs and just left it there. And I was like, oh, I'm dying. I have a failing organ or something. And the nurse was like, no, you're not dying. You probably have kidney stones. And I was like, I don't know what that is, but is it painful? And she goes, oh yeah. She goes, I have 3 kids. And she goes, all 3 kids were less painful than the 1 kidney stone that I had. And I was like, that's bad. That's bad news for me. And then I had kidney stone surgery where they go in through the male straw, the male plumbing, in through there with a grabber and a camera, and then they look around with the camera and they go, oh, there it is, and then they grab it and then they pull both out the plumbing and then they leave a stint in there. Terrible. I've been through some painful stuff in my life. That's in the top 5 for sure. But then I did it again, I did round 2 of that same surgery, and that was horrible. First time was bad. Second time was even worse. And my urologist at the time, he's like, well, the good news is if you grow one, you have a 50% chance of growing another one, but that's it. And then, so I went to my urologist. I went to all the appointments. A year later, after I had the surgery, he was like, you're good. He's like, I don't see you baking another one, so you're good. And I was like, phew. And then about 6 years later, I was like, oh, that doesn't feel right. And then I went in and they were like, oh yeah, you baked not 1, but 2 more. And those 2 have just been circling around in your kidneys. And because of all that scar tissue from them like snowballing, they're not going to come out on their own. So we're going to go in and get them. Denver cop right here. So yeah, I did another surgery and that was terrible. That sticker says, be the change you want to see. I like that. Linda and I play pickleball. I'm looking for a parking spot too. Sorry to keep changing the subject, but if you see, oh, there's one right there. Oh shoot, can we get that? Oh, let's make all these people go around us. No, they want to see if I can parallel park here. You obviously don't know me. I'm the parallel parking champ of this area. First try. Come on, don't embarrass me. Big money, no whammy, no whammy. Has anybody seen that new movie that's coming out? It's about that game show, Press Your Luck. Apparently there was a guy that like kind of like timed out the algorithm of when to hit the buzzer at the right time. And he won all this money and the producers were all mad because he like won too much money. Hey, I've been missing a lot. Thank you, Iggy Maldonado. I think I saw part of your stream on the Larry Parker commercial. It was fire engines at a car accident. Maybe, not sure though. Would that be Larry H. Parker? Yeah, there are a lot of people that owe me money from that LA stream and stuff. When I was live and I caught that Michael B. Jordan crash that was on Sunset, kind of just east of Sunset and Vine, TMZ ran that footage without my permission, and they still don't have my permission. They did not pay me for that footage. They owe me thousands of dollars. So yeah, if I see Harvey Levin, I'm going to put him in a headlock and I'm just going to noogie him like that. Thousands of dollars that they did not pay me. And call TMZ and tell them that. Be like, you want to look up a story? Look up when you used this YouTuber's footage and then never paid him. Breaking news, TMZ doesn't always pay people. Yeah. I really don't even know how far we are from 16th Street, but let's get out and walk a little bit anyway. Let me put some of this stuff away. Compounding interest. I'm not a TMZ fan. I'm a TLC fan. Left Eye Lopez, T-Boz, Chili. I really like Chili. The singer and the stew. Both are number one. Did they fix them? Jason, I don't know what that means. TMZ owes a lot of money to a lot of people. Word on the grapevine. Ooh, I hide it through the grapevine. Yeah, TMZ, not a fan. But TMZ did pay me for the first big story I ever had in 2018. I was on the highway. I was on I-5 in Orange County. And they kept sending units to this call. And I was sitting there on the couch and I'm like, why do they keep sending more and more units to this call? And I kept talking myself out of it. I'm like, I'm not going to go. Like, this happened 20 minutes ago. And then they kept dispatching people over there. And I was like, I got to go see what's going on. So I get over there, and it was Will Ferrell involved in a rollover crash. And TMZ called me and said, can we use that footage? And I said, I don't think it's Will Ferrell, because when they were putting the guy in the back of the ambulance, his shoes looked like size 9 shoes. And I was like, Will Ferrell's like 6 feet tall. I was like, I don't see him having small feet. And then they called me back and they're like, we just got off the phone with Mission Viejo Hospital. That's Will Smith. We want to run your footage. And I was like, okay. So they paid me several $1,000s and they ran that footage. And then for the next like 6 months, I was cashing checks from all over the world, Australia, England, all these places that ran that story. That was crazy. That was in 2018. And then several of these stringer companies tried to hire me after that. And I said, I'm not joining anybody's stringer company. I'm just going to do it independently by myself. And I did. I did independent news for 18, 19, 20. And then 4 years past that. So 7 years of me being LAOC TV. I was just vacuuming the car the other day and found a bunch of LAOC TV stickers. Oh, look at this dude. This dude has some turntables in his hand. I've got 2 turntables and a microphone. Yeah, Radio Raheem right here. Sick. I said Will Smith instead of Will Ferrell. Did I really? Somebody just texted me that I do trust, and they said I said Will Smith and it was Will Ferrell. Sorry, it was Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell's way cooler than Will Smith. He was coming back from a Funny or Die event in San Diego where he was dressed as Ron Burgundy, the anchorman. Yeah, and there was a female that was in the back seat at the time. She wasn't wearing a seatbelt, so when the vehicle rolled, she got injured. And then when they flipped it was a Lincoln Navigator SUV, when they flipped it over, all these beer cans or beer bottles and stuff started to break. And so the other guy that was there filming, the other news guy, quote fingers, he sold his footage to TMZ and tried to work that, like, look at the beer bottles angle. I didn't do that. I didn't do any of the beer bottles angle stuff. But he did. This dude looks like Jay from Clerks right here. Snoochie Booches. Oh, there's Silent Bob. Snoochie Booches. Is that what it is? Yeah. Linda asked me earlier today, she asked me, are you going to go out tonight? And I said, yeah. And she's like, is it still worth it? And I said, monetarily, no. I'm not making money doing this. Like, I'm barely breaking even on this streaming stuff now. But just me seeing all the people in the chat, Orion, Sandy, Susan, Jason, Julio, Bush Diver, Tony, Steve, I have a lot of friends that I've met through this streaming thing. I started liking the streaming more than I liked the covering the news stuff. So yeah, I don't feel obligated to cover any more news stuff. I did that for 9+ years. I was writing in my high school newspaper in 1997. So yeah, I've had media companies for a long time. I don't feel like I owe the media community anything, but I do feel like I owe my homies some check-ins and some hangouts. So that's what we're about to do. Let's get out. Let's handle some hanging out. You guys handle the chilling and I'll handle the walking. Christopher Walken. I put on my pants one leg at a time like everyone else, but when I get on my pants, I make gold records. Is the phone the right way? Yeah, it is. Hey, bro, from France. I am from France. Hold on, I want to share something that I learned earlier. I don't even think Linda knows this, so if Linda's watching, she might learn something. Hold on. You guys look over here and I'm gonna find it. It's taking me longer than I thought to find it. Give me a second. You did speak correctly. Good. First. Did anybody see this golden retriever driving the jet ski in Florida? I watched that on loop probably 20 times earlier. There's a golden retriever with a life jacket driving a jet ski. I think in Tampa. Oh, I was watching that earlier. It's cracking me up. He looked like a good boy. I'm gonna give myself another 30 seconds, and if I can't find it, I'm just gonna move on. This is not it, but I think this is funny. If you see someone crying, ask them if it's because of their haircut. To me, that's funny. I have a weird sense of humor. I can't find it. All right, I'll look for it later. It's an L. That's a fail. It's fine. Erica Delauder. Hey, Jeremy. Erica here. Did you read my email? I did. I responded to that email. So I responded to almost all the emails I got. A lot of them. A whole lot. How you guys doing?
How you doing tonight?
I feel good. Looks awesome in there. I don't have my ID or I'd go party in there. You guys have a good night. I didn't pay for parking, but I think that's okay. Yeah, if you sent me an email, I told everybody last Saturday that I was going to reply to every email. I replied to pretty much every email. So if you wrote me something and you didn't hear from me, check your spam folder. What up, man? And this is Denver, so you know that all the copper wiring's still in there. They don't lift the copper wiring like they do in Los Angeles. I do not have, oh yeah, hold on. I did bring one of my phones. Let me pull up the chats. I have the chat up. Parking free after 10. Nice. Oh, look at this dude. He's working for it. He works hard for the money. So hard for the money. So you better treat him right. All right, this is the free bus. So 16th Street Mall is kind of I don't want to say it's the equivalent of Pearl Street in Boulder, but it's a free pedestrian mall, downtown Denver. It's my favorite place to hang out. 16th Street Mall is where you used to find me every lunch hour when I worked down here. See, it says free mall ride. These buses are free. Actually, I should have just jumped on it right there. Missed opportunity. I could have gone all the way to the end for free and then just walked back. But missed opportunity number one. See how many I get tonight. I love the art here. Look at this bear. Thought he's gonna pet the bear for a second. Look at this. I'll pet him. Who's a good bear? Who's a good bear in here? Your little bear. Your little bear. Alright, this is the 16th Street Mall, where they've been doing construction ever since I was here in 2023 when the Nuggets won. They were doing construction then. And now it's 2 years later and the construction still not done. Kava? I don't know what this is, but there's a lady in here eating ice cream. I think. Yeah, looks like fruits. Frozen fruits. Oh, one leg. Did you see that? One leg in it. Lieutenant Dan. Oh no, sorry. Lieutenant Dan didn't have any legs. This dude's smoking his face off right here. Not yet, but maybe later. You tried to race me? You trying to race me? You trying to race me? You trying to race me? He was not, but but you know I'm feeling better. I wasn't racing like that 2 weeks ago. Oh, look at the trout over here. He works hard for the money. Oh, is this a saddle? And a cowboy hat? Guess your leg is 100%. Yeah, I played pickleball earlier today. I had a compression sleeve on my calf, also lidocaine and biofreeze, and then I also had a knee brace. Whoa. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling healthy. Oh my God, this is the Cheesecake Factory where I used to order shepherd's pie. And then I switched to the Chinese salad. Oh, look at the lovers on the scooter, 2 of them. And then I switched to Cobb salad with as much blue cheese as you'll give me. And then I'll tell the waiter, look, if you bring me a lot of blue cheese, it's really going to speak highly of how much I'm going to tip you. And then they bring me like 3 of those little boats of blue cheese right off the bat. And then if they do that, if they listen to me and bring me all that blue cheese, then when I'm leaving, I go, can I get containers for all this blue cheese? And if they do that, if they bring me the containers, then I give them a huge tip. Because they sell that blue cheese dressing for a lot of money. And it's worth all the monies. It's very chunky. My wife Linda hates blue cheese. She knows it's rotten cheese. You think I can get through here? Oh my God, I'm gonna try. Smells like urine in here. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, it's honey dripping. I read today that bees are the most important living thing on planet Earth. Especially the worker bees. Bees in the trap. Bees in the trap. Oh, should we go up here? No. We don't need to go up there. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. I like that girl's shower cap. Pretty cool. I saw this guy on Shark Tank the other day. His invention was a shower cap that you add a little bit of water to, and you can like wash your hair inside this shower cap. The product was called Morning Head. And all the sharks were looking at him like, come on, bro. How are you gonna call it Morning Head? If you don't believe me, look it up. Shark Tank Morning Head. Actually, look up everything I'm saying, just to be sure. Fisher Tower. This is the tower that they do projections on. Oh, sick. Got some Bart Simpsons right here. Cowabunga, dude. Yeah, sometimes they project on the other side of this tower. There's a building down here that I call the Tetris building. It's a black building that kind of has this like stair step design. I used to work in that building on the 16th floor. And we would come out here every day for lunch, have lunch on 16th Street Mall. The other crazy thing was my friend had a window view, and we would sit in the skyscraper and I'd look straight out the window and the building would sway like this, and it used to freak me out. And then they were like, no, it's supposed to sway like that. The building's built on rubber pillars. I was like, oh great, I'm glad it's moving. It's perfect. This is where they had the ice skating rink when we were out here in December. If anybody remembers that. It was right here. And they have sprinklers for the AstroTurf. Perfect. The sprinkler is just for this one weed right here. Perfect. Let me put that back in here. Boop. Boop. You didn't see that. Who's this? I don't know who that is. I could guess, but I won't. This is that beautiful clock tower here. Gave through to the night that our flag was still there. Or gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. So when I was talking about how we used to, there's a thing in Iowa called Covered Bridge Festival where I was born. And they used to have these things, so people would rent these booths. This is what we called it. We called it a booth. And then you could sell whatever you wanted in there. My family sold hot cocoa and hot apple cider. I want to say it was like 50 cents. And it would be like a styrofoam cup full of apple cider or coco caliente. And in this area right here, this is where they would sell all the like fake Louis Vuitton purses, Coach purses and whatever. And they'd be selling it right here, but there wouldn't be anybody at the stands. And then if you looked over here, the people that were running those shops would be hiding over here because it's illegal to sell that stuff. So if they saw you looking at it, maybe they would come over and like tell you the prices. But if you looked like a narc, then they just wouldn't come over at all. Oh, here's what I was talking about. Here's the projection. That looks like a Brat doll. Here, let me get closer for you. What the heck? One of the projections that they do on this wall makes it look like the wall is falling down. This is where a lot of people come to ring in the new year. 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year. And then you start kissing random people. Get mono for the first of the year. Whoa, look at the stems walking right there. She's got legs. Katie Torn. Oh, this is like an art exhibition. Oh, here's where the projector is. Hey. I didn't know that's where it was, but it makes a lot of sense. Oh. This is the Leaning Tower of Pizza. Yeah, if I lean it like this, it is. There are a lot of people just playing music in their boomboxes. I don't own the rights to the music that we might hear in a minute. Independence Plaza? Okay. Rock Bottom Brewery. This used to be a popular spot 20 years ago, and now it's really not that popular. Because they have all these other like craft breweries. Oh, I'm gonna mute it. Hold on. I'm seeing either a peanut mobile or a wiener mobile over here. Oh, it's a Planters peanut mobile. First time I've ever had the Planters peanut mobile on the stream. If you're here tonight, you're here for it. Planters peanut mobile. Hashtag Nutmobile. The Nutmobile. Okay. Some people probably have an allergy to this. The Nutmobile. I can't ride with you. I have a nut allergy. Mr. Peanuts. Let me get some hashtag Nutmobiles in the chat. Oh, Dev's in here. Market, dude. Nutmobile time. Hi.
Nutmobile.
See, she said it. Nutmobile. Hashtag Nutmobile. Oh, is that a mouth or is that a anas? I don't know. If it's an anas, it's smiling. I don't know. I might never know. It's okay. Hashtag Nutmobile. Hashtag Nutmobile. You gotta be nuts. All the nuts puns in the chat right now. If you have a nuts pun that you've been dying to get out, let it loose. Let's get crazy. Let's get nuts. Look at the rims on this rental bird right here. How's it going? Some aftermarket rims. If I continued that way, that's where the Big Blue Bear is, and that's also where my friend invited me to go see Book of Mormon tonight, and that's where that's going on. But I told him, no, I have to stream. And he said, you don't want to see Book of Mormon? And I said, I've already seen it. I saw it at the Pantages Theater in LA. It was okay. I made the mistake of setting my expectations too high, and it wasn't as good as I thought it would be. It was worth seeing once. I'm not a fan of musicals.
Yeah.
Can't think of any musical that I've ever liked. Annie, the movie Annie, the original Hard Knock Life Annie, it's acceptable. I wouldn't go as far as to say I like it, but I can sit through it. It's a hard knock life for us. Damn, I kind of want to go for a ride in the Nutmobile. No Diddy. Speaking of Will Ferrell, here's my buddy right there. What's up, buddy? Ooh, if anybody's looking for a gift from me, these are the slippers that I want right here. Cheech and Chong pot slippers. I just watched Cheech and Chong Next movie not too long ago. Hey, hello kitty. What are you doing, kitty? Les Miserables. My mom took me to see Marat Sade. Does anybody know what that is? My mom actually took me to see Marat Sade when I was a little kid. And didn't give me any preface at all. She was like, I think you'll like this. And then it was like 30 minutes of a dude with a like skin condition in a bathtub. If anybody knows what Marat Sade is. Probably not the best thing to take a kid to, but my mom was crazy like that. Oh, here's the thumbnail right here. Thumbnail of the night right here. Bikes are clean. You. Oh yes, are you guys getting ready to take off? They didn't say yes, but I think that's a yes. Let's get some action shot right here. Damn, we're always raining on parades. Thumb up that whole time, it didn't matter. They don't care about my thumbs up. He does though, that's cool. I'm not hitchhiking, I'm approving. But whatever. Hey, got Flavor Flav clocks over here. Yeah, boy. Okay, so here's a little bit of trivia. The origin of Flavor Flav's clock. He said that back in New York, there was a trend for a while that was guys wearing stopwatches on necklaces. And he said that this lady that they knew had a big clock. I forgot why she had these clocks, but she had these big clocks. I think they were for like showers. Something like that. And he was like, oh, like Flavor Flav and Chuck D both used to wear these clocks on necklaces. And then Chuck D stopped doing it. He was like, this isn't cool anymore. And then Flavor Flav said his manager was like, stop wearing that clock. Like, nobody likes that. And he's like, no, I'm not gonna stop wearing it. And actually, I'm not even gonna go back to the small stopwatch. I'm just gonna keep wearing a big old clock. And he did. And that ended up being like his moniker, the right word? His, I don't know. Ended up being his jam, let's say that. Public Enemy #1. Yeah! Public Enemy #1. Yeah, boy! And then I also watched this reality show on VH1 called Flavor of Love. And Flavor Flav rizzed up Sylvester Stallone's wife, the girl from Rocky. Was she in Rocky? Yeah, wasn't she dating like the dude that was beating up Rocky for a while? Pretty sure. What should we do? Should we go down here and look at the big blue bear? Or should we go down here and look at the construction? It's pretty dangerous in this little area here for some reason. Yeah. That was a legit scooter playing some Kenny G. People love their boomboxes down here. Yeah, this is the never-ending construction. Wow, nice location for an H&R Block. There's just a bunch of free sand, maybe cinnamon, probably sand. Yeah, I don't think we need to go that much further down there. It's just gonna be more construction. Bridget Nielsen, yeah. Her hands were like 3 times the size of Flavor Flav's hands, but love wants what it wants. The heart wants what it wants. Flavor of love. Yeah. Despite all my rage, I am still just a rat in a cage. What is this? Lasers. Oh no. Is that her mustache or did somebody add that? Oh no. I probably shouldn't tell this story because it's gonna get somebody I love in trouble, but we were at this high school party once and my friend, I'm not condoning this, by the way, please don't think I'm condoning this, but you know how people put pictures of their kids down the stairway? Like, this is them in elementary school, this is them in 1st grade, 2nd grade, 3rd grade. As you walk down the stairs, there was like an evolution of the pictures, and my friend took the pictures out and colored in like a tooth and then put it back in. I'm sorry that I'm laughing. I know it's not cool, but at the time I was young and in the moment it was cool. Looking back now, not cool. Not saying it's cool, but as you walk down the stairs, it was like all the same pictures, but they had one tooth colored in. And yeah, I reminded him of that recently, and he looked ashamed. So I don't know if that helps, but he has a regret. It's not keeping him up at night, but he probably hopes that I don't tell that story publicly or privately. Smells like weed right here, by the way. Look at this truck. The reason that he did that, so I don't want to give out too much detail because you might figure out who it is, but at the time, his parents used to get a newspaper, and usually they would put somebody's face on the cover of the newspaper, and every morning he would take the newspaper and color in somebody's tooth. And I remember his dad being like, "Why do you keep doing that?" And he's like, "Oh, because it's funny." And the dad's like, "It's not funny." And then my friend was like, "No, it is funny." And now my friend, I'll give out this hint. My friend is a dad now. And when I was sharing stories about what a bad kid he was like, "Yeah, I'm afraid that like karma's gonna come back and bite me for some of that stuff." But to be honest, his kids are kind of nerdy. They're into like Minecraft and stuff like that. Axe picking minerals and stuff like that. So, I don't know. We were bored. This is like before pagers even. This is back when you had to call somebody on a landline. And if they didn't pick it up, then you hoped that their older sister gave them the message, but you just probably like didn't contact them. Or you'd say, "Let me call back," and leave a message on the answer machine. And then you'd call back and they wouldn't answer. And then you'd leave a message on a cassette tape. That's how old I am. And then they upgraded to a mini cassette tape. And we were like, "Oh my God, we're living in the future. This is like a tiny version of a cassette tape." Look at all the walking we're doing tonight. Get my steps in. Get to stepping. Oh, this reminds me of the George Lucas Museum. Boop! We're gonna check that out in 2 weeks. See what the progress looks like on the George Lucas Star Wars Museum. Jeremy, I remember that. It was called phone. My grandma had a rotary phone. She probably does, actually. I bet it's still in her basement. Her basement is like a museum. But yeah, my grandma had the rotary phone. So if there were a lot of zeros, you had to go all the way. How many stars do you guys manage per day? How many steps do you guys manage per day? I can't give an accurate one. I could pull out my health app right now and look, but I don't know for sure. If I was to count all the pickleball steps, it would be a lot. I went to the doctor a couple days ago to get some blood work done, and they put the stethoscope on my chest, and the girl looked all worried, and she goes, "Did you know you have a heart murmur?" And I was like, "No, I did not know I had a heart murmur." And she's like, "Don't be alarmed. It's not like life or death." She's like, "But every 10 beats, your heart skips a beat." I was like, that doesn't sound good. She's like, "Yeah, it's not great." She's like, "Just keep an eye on it." She's like, "You might want to get an Apple Watch so that it can tell you some early detection and whatever." I'm like, okay. Anybody else in the chat have a heart murmur? Last weekend I did not know I had a heart murmur, but every 10 beats I'm skipping like a broken record. This is a piano bar right here. Do you dare me to get closer? Hopefully we don't get copyright strike for the melody. a copyright strike. Cause I'm copyright striking now. Not worth it, but whatever. Whatever. Got some ball gowns out here. Ball gowns. Woo! And then look at this dude's hat. He's got a Christmas sweater. And then cone head hat. Interesting. It's like when a cartoon character gets hit on the head and he's got a bump. Well, this guy's sneaking a kiss on his bike ride. Oh, buddy. She was not into that kiss either. That sucks. She was like, stop, dude. Your breath smells like onions with a side of more onions. Hashtag Nutmobile. I'm just kidding. Jokes. Oh, I hear saxophone. Sexy saxophone coming up. The heck? Jeremy, I have 2 open heart surgeries for a heart murmur since childhood. That was a leaky valve. Oh no. You guys dare me to drop a 20 on this dude? We're gonna drop a twinski on him. Copyright strike. He's playing the reed. Look at this dude's beard right here. My goodness, bro. It's quite a goatee. When they're playing. Dudes look like they're made out of chocolate right here. And, oh, they're falling in love to this saxophone. Told you it was sexy saxophone. You will know. Sax is my favorite instrument to listen to. Mama Hill threatened to give me a saxophone, and then she didn't. But maybe she still will. I asked one night, I was like, does anybody have a saxophone they donate to me? And she said she did. And then she disappeared. Aloha CMO, what up? I'll play the reed. Oh my God. Jackrabbit Slims right here. I'll have the Dillward Kirby burger. And Martin and Lewis shake. How you want that shake? Martin and Lewis or Amos and Andy? Martin and Lewis. Did you just order a $5 shake? Yeah. That's just milk and ice cream, right? You don't put any alcohol or anything like that in it? No. Just checking. My husband, your boss, Marcellus Wallace, told you to take me out. Show me a good time. I want to dance. I want that trophy. So dance good. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities, the selfish, and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon you. Where are we? 15th? Oh, we're by the Nutmobile. I don't need to drop breadcrumbs. I just look for the Nutmobile. Hashtag Nutmobile. You know why they call it Royale with cheese? I don't know, look, because of the metric system. Look at the big brain on Brad. That's right, because of the metric system. What do they call a Whopper? I don't know, I didn't go in there. I didn't go into Burger King. So that dude in that movie, the guy that played Brad, he's in this movie called Swimming with Sharks. It's a Kevin Spacey movie. The first time I saw it was on IFC, Independent Film Channel. I used to watch pretty much everything they showed on IFC. If you haven't seen that movie, you need to check it out. Swimming with Sharks. Good movie. Whose motorcycle is this? It's not a motorcycle, baby. It's a chopper. Whose chopper is this? It's Zed's. Who's Zed? Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead. There are a couple movies that I've seen over 100 times. I've seen Pulp Fiction way over 100 times. I've seen Menace to Society over 50 times. I've seen Reservoir Dogs quite a few times. Pulp Fiction's a very quotable movie. Quentin Tarantino used to work at a VHS rental shop in Orange County. And he wasn't formally trained to make movies. He just was a fan of movies. And that's kind of me too. Like, I'm not formally trained in any of the stuff that I do. I'm just a fan of it. No music training, no video training, no gift of gab training. Everything I do, I'm just winging it. Oh, the Christopher Walken. And I wore that watch up my ass for several years. He died of dysentery. And now I'm giving the watch to you. Butch. I don't want to tell you what my dad went through to give me that watch, but trust me, it was a lot. It's such a good movie. So many people know what I'm doing out here. They know I'm streaming. It's kind of embarrassing. Oh, there's a crepe place. Mateo's Crepes. Crepes. Look, you can take your picture in here. The gateway to adventure. All your exes live in Denver. What up, Zippy? Italian Creamery. Look, I'm inside. Inceptiones. We don't read and write poetry because it's cute. We read and write poetry because we are members of the human race, and the human race is filled with passion. That's dope. Jack dropping that knowledge. Knowledge. Oh, I want to get on the free bus. I'm missing it right here. Oh, God. Felzu. What up? Is the free bus running on 16th Street Mall? You think I can run and get on it down here? Oh my God. I want to try. Oh my God. Oh my God. Open it. Open it. Got that speed like Sandra Bullock. Keanu. 55 miles an hour. She's a wildcat. So yeah, that was free. 'Cause I'm free. Free Morad. Yeah, it's electric. That's what it should be playing. And I'm free. Free Morad. Wow, this is a classy door right here. Those are peacocks. So every one of these is a peacock, but that's also for security. Pretty cool. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Bikers racing down there. Clean alleys. So when I lived in Iowa, here's the bus we were just on. When I lived in Iowa, My mom used to get eggs from this farm, and I would always tell her that she should stop because they had peacocks, and they had an albino peacock, which is pretty cool. It's pretty much an albino anything. And then one day we went to go get eggs, and up on the telephone wire was one of the peacocks. And I was like, wait, I didn't think peacocks could fly. It's like, how did that get up there? And the lady on the farm was like, it flew up there. I'm like, wait, peacocks can fly? She's like, are you seeing the peacock up there? Like, do you think I trampolined it up there? Like, it flew up there. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know peacocks are just flying around. Since 1979, that's when I was made. I was made in 1979. I hatched in February of 1980. So I was around the entire 80s except for January. So I only missed 1 month of the 80s. But I was made in the 70s, late 70s. Very late 70s. Summer of love, man. Hey. My parents were both hippies. They wore a lot of leather with fringe on it. They listened to a lot of Doobie Brothers while smoking the doobies. My mom still calls pot reefer. She's like, it smells like reefer. Like, you're literally the only person that says reefer. One person still says it, and it's you. She was the one that recommended I watch Reefer Madness, and I did. And I didn't love it. People were like smoking pot and jumping out the window. Like the beginning of the Sublime song. She was living in a single room with 3 other individuals. One of them was a male, and the other 2 were females. Furthermore, Susan, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised to learn that all 4 of them habitually smoked marijuana cigarettes. Reefers. I saw Sublime a couple times here in Denver. We used to go to every show. Era show. Look what I have in my pocket. This whole time I had 2 clips of High Chew. Didn't even need them. That's what I should have tipped the dude, but instead he got 20 Imperial credits. It's probably better. Imperial credits go way further than High Chew. All right, that was our field trip. I hit the hand sanitizer because who knows what's going on out there. I was sick for like 2 months, but I'm feeling good tonight. Oh my goodness. Somebody diarrheaed all over this Tesla. Okay. Hopefully that was commissioned, not by Taco Bell. Oh, let me get around here. Oh, buddy. Jeremy, no ticket. Yeah, somebody said it was free after 10. It's 10:53. I don't know how long we were out there. It says I've been live for 1 hour and 40 minutes. Here's a unmarked cop. No, it's not. It's just a regular dude that looks like a cop. Interesting. Is he in here? Whoa, scooter homies on the ride. Look at the bikes. Yeah. Could have done the record, but I brought the bikes out. Yo. It is pretty nice outside. It says 68 degrees. I will be going live from, whoa, Noel, Jeremy, my mom loved watching you. Hey, thank you so much, man. My mom loved watching you. Thank you. Let me throw a big O heart on that. Thank you so much, man. Let me put a second heart on there. Boo! Since you said past tense, watched, I'm assuming that your mom's not with us anymore. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully she's partying with my dad in whatever chapter is after this. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Anybody missing a loved one tonight, put your lighter in the air. We're doing it for those who can't be with us. Noel, thank you so much. That's really sweet of you. Thank you. I'm gonna mention that to Linda tomorrow when she's like, hey, is it worth it to do this streaming anymore? I'm like, yes. She's like, for reasons other than money? And I'll say yes. Yes. This is one of my favorite areas down here, Larimer Square. This is where I'm gonna be partying when the Denver Nuggets win their second ever NBA championship this year. First one was in 2023. If you want to see what it looked like in 2023, that is on this channel. It's also on my backup channel. I have a backup channel called Jeremy Reed 1980. I'll show you. Whoops. So this is my backup channel, Jeremy Reed 1980. You click on that. And then if you go to the bottom, right there, Denver Nuggets win NBA championship. 158 people watched that video. Hell yeah. Riders on the storm. Doodle doodle doo. And a doodle doodle doo. Riders on the storm. Happy birthday! And a doodle doodle doo. Happy birthday to you. Oh, there's an STK right here. There's a homie on a moped. He's door dashing. The doodle doodle's my favorite part of this song. Rosa, thank you. My mother-in-law that passed away, my mother-in-law had stage 4 lung cancer. She died about 9 years ago. And my brother-in-law just had a newborn baby several weeks ago. We're going to be going to Seattle in about a week, maybe a week and a half, to go meet my new niece, and her middle name is Rosa. Shout out to all the Rosas in the chat. Hey, thank you, Ellie. 5 more gifted memberships, and thank you, Hold on. I didn't see the name. I don't know how to say that correctly, but I will try it incorrectly. Hike Milikyan. Thank you so much. Thank you for the $4 contribution. Appreciate that. Thank you. Jeremy, it's Jack and my birthday this weekend. Hey, Jolie! Happy birthday to Jack and Jolie. Let's celebrate. Let's start celebrating this weekend and then just carry it over into next weekend. And a doodle doodle doo. Happy birthday to you, Jolie and Jack. She's got her dancing shoes on right here. Ted dancing. Theodore dancing. Who else has a birthday in May? I have two. Oh no. I had two nieces that had a birthday in May. Now I have three nieces. I just actually thought about that for the first time. My new niece was born this month, so I have three nieces celebrating birthdays this month. So you're in good company. Oh my gosh, this is where I used to be a bouncer, right here. Go show, it's your birthday. We're gonna party for Jolene's birthday. We're gonna sip Bacardi for Jack's birthday. Find me in the club. Oh, I almost high-fived that dude with my side view mirror right there. But I didn't. And this dude's wearing a cowboy hat. And this other dude is wearing a Bowser hat. Look over here. Or no, he's wearing a Statue of Liberty hat. Perfect. Wow. Statue of Liberty hat. Wow, dude, no. Noel again? God bless you. Have a great weekend. Dude, thank you so much, bro. Wow, thank you. Wow. That's crazy. So for the last couple weeks I've been going out, I don't even think I've gotten like a $10. I think the most I've gotten is like $9.99, and you just 10x'd that. No, you didn't. You 20x'd that. That's crazy. Thank you so much, man. I don't deserve that, but I do appreciate it. Thank you. This looks kind of good. It doesn't say it's open, but it's open. Put the art over here. Noel, God bless. Have a great weekend. Boop. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Look at the screen. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, shoot. I might have just modded you. Oh, no. I got a little carried away on the boop in there. Like Betty. Betty Boop. Jeez, look at these shorts. Who wears short shorts? I can see your fanny, girl. Oh, she heard me say that. Hey, and Jack and Neve, thank you so much. She needs a bumper sticker on this bumper. Oh my God, look at that bumper. Wole bomba. Oh, she was getting some comments and then the guy turned around and, oh. Very sexy, Keisha, Becky. Oh, let me go around. That would be funny if they had a bumper sticker on the bumper. Or a tattoo. What if the tattoo said, my child is a honor student at Butt Cheek Middle School? Oh, thank you very much, Jack and Eve. Jeremy, hope your mom's well. I love it when people say mum. I think that's so cool. I've been talking to my mom every single day. And one day this week, my mom had a really good day. And she was like, Jeremy, I feel good today. And that's the first time I've heard her say that in so long. And I was just like, man, let's try to stack these up. Randy F, thank you as well. Randy, I lost my cat Bumper to cancer last month. Bumper was a rescue and was 14 years old. Shout out to Bumper the cat in kitty heaven. Hey, that's a cool name. I had two rescues. I had a tuxedo named Dilla and then a tuxedo named Mr. Donuts. I had to put Dilla to sleep a couple years ago. He was not feeling well, so we sent him to the next chapter. But I still have Mr. Donuts, and Mr. Donuts is, I don't want to say my favorite cat ever because I've had so many favorite cats. All of my cats have been my favorite cats. But he's right up there. He's legendary cat. I had a cat that was a minx. He had a little short tail like a bobcat. His name was Tiger. And I was a little boy when he died, and I used to have this I had a turquoise bag. It was a jet bag. And when he died, it was my favorite bag. And when he died, I wrote in puff paint on it. I drew a little picture of him, and then I put a bunch of like cat treats, his favorite cat treats, in the bag. And then we buried him in my grandparents' pet cemetery. So right now, my grandma is in her late 90s. We have a pet cemetery at her house, and it has all of our family's pets, all of them. Yeah, and we celebrate every one of those pets. Pets are definitely family members. And if you don't have pets, you should consider getting a pet. I've had hamsters, fish, rabbits, frogs, regular frogs, tree frogs, a lot of cats, a couple dogs. My last dog was a Shiba Inu. Still miss him. If I was gonna get another cat, if I was gonna get another dog, I would get another Shiba Inu. Maybe a girl this time. But my dog, Ryu, when I would pet him, he was one of the only dogs that you'd pet and then your hand actually smelled better after you pet him. There aren't many dogs that you could say that about. But he was a very clean animal and very smart. Shout out to Bumper. And thank you again, Noel. That's so generous. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I had a turtle when I was a kid. Oh yeah, I had a turtle too. I had a turtle in an aquarium, and we used to feed him raw chicken. And so I would have, I was in here once and ate soup dumplings, water grill. Looks like they serve seahorse. My turtle's name was Nico. And, ooh, look at the puppies. Oh, those are the puppies we just saw. And I had this turtle in an aquarium. And then we were moving. And I asked my mom if we could let him go. And we used to go to this river and go tubing. And we used to splash around in this river. My mom was like, yeah, we can let him go. And so we took him out to this river. And I was pretty emotional. I'm an emotional person anyway. And then if there's something going on that warrants being more emotional, I'm probably upgrading to that. So I was pretty emotional. I was like, Nico, I'm gonna miss you, bro. I hope this is a good thing. And I put him in the river, and that dude took off like Forrest Gump, and he never looked back. And I was like, wow, he's really swimming fast. And then I was like, is he gonna stop on a rock and look back and give me like one last look? And he didn't. He just took off like, yeah. He never looked back. So kind of makes me wonder if he like always wanted to leave and he's like, this is my chance. I'm out of here. I don't want to give this dude a chance to even have a second thought. I'm a memory. And he just took off. It's okay. That aquarium used to stink though. I cleaned it enough. I mean, it wasn't like I was cleaning it weekly. I was cleaning it a lot. But it stunk. Having a turtle is a stinky game. Another time, the tennis bubble that I take you guys by? This is the train station, by the way. And then it says Crawford Hotel. There are places inside here that there's really good food. And then there's also like a spray ground over here, like where they have jets, that water jets that come out of the ground. If you ever come to Denver, you should check this out. Union Station. This road that I'm on right here, there's a big event that happens in Denver. I think it's called the Western Stock Show, something like that. The day that they kick off that Western Stock Show, they block off this street and they let bighorn steer run down the road. I wanted to check it out this year, but it was really cold while that was happening, and I didn't get down here. But I will someday. It's like running of the bulls, but they have the big horns on them. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh, another thing I had. So my sister and I used to have teddy bear hamsters. So that there's a regular size hamster that's kind of like gerbil size, but we had the small ones. They were called teddy bear hamsters, and my sister had one and I had one, and so we put them in the same area to see if they would fall in love and procreate, and they did, without any music or anything. They just did it, literally. And my hamster was the boy, her hamster was the girl. Her hamster got pregnant, and we were all excited. We're like, oh my gosh, she's gonna have babies. And so finally we got the book from the pet store. We read about what was gonna happen. So we put her in the bathtub, and she had these babies, and they were really ugly. They looked like little skin colored Tootsie Rolls, and they didn't have their eyes open. They were not cute. And sorry, this story is gonna get a little sad. We leave the room, we come back, and she was eating the babies. Guess we didn't read that part in the book. That would have been something. Maybe put that in the first couple pages, probably on me for not, probably on my sister, because honestly, like, I had the dude hamster, okay? Like, not like I'm not taking any responsibility, but my hamster was the Rolling Stone and hers was the, yeah. And so we ended up saving the rest of them that she didn't snack on. But yeah, public service announcement. If your hamster has babies, apparently they're just too delicious to not put in your teeth and chew up. So take them out of there. Probably should have told that story. It was a grim night. Now I'm scared for life. Yeah, that life has a lot of ups and downs. Life is kind of a roller coaster. Lots of downs, lots of ups, lots of turns, lots of screaming, some crying, some smiles. It's a roller coaster. I wanna ride it, baby. Jolie, I had a turtle named Tim. That's pretty cute. Damn, nature is so beautiful. Turtle butts. Silence of the lambs. Hello, Clarice. What did the lambs sound like? I don't know, Dr. Lecter. Yes, you do, Clarice. What did the lambs sound like? Come closer, Clarice. Let's listen to some music. Try to lighten the music, lighten the mood a little bit. Oh, I missed a couple things. What up, BDH? Sorry if I missed some stuff. I probably did. Here's a Wisconsin tavern? Question mark? Wonder if they have cheese curds in there. Oh my God, what's that? Is that a jackalope? What the heck is that? Life's a trip, Holmes. Here's the orchid. Oh, they're partying on the roof. This girl's getting a ride like a koala, and she's got sunglasses on. Hey. Oh no, this dude just dropped his phone right on the ground. Oh no, these dudes look like they are getting rowdy. Oh no, they're trying to parallel park. They do not have the parallel skills that I do, though. Oh, they're gonna touch that car. You guys know I park first try. I was born to parallel. Oh, here's the Show Pony Vintage Shop. Linda and I got invited to a charity pickleball tournament tomorrow morning. And there was a big entry fee, and so we were gonna skip it. We're kind of on a budget because we were doing a lot of traveling this month. And a friend of ours called and said, "Are you going to this event?" And we said, "No, we don't want to pay the entry fee." And they said, "Oh, well, we have a sponsor that wants to sponsor your entry fee." So Linda and I are playing in a charity pickleball tournament tomorrow. I have to say I like our chances. Linda got so good at pickleball. She started, her very first time ever picking up pickleball paddle was January 2025. And she's probably like a 3.0 duper, if you know what that means. That's good. That's very good. I'm probably a 3.25. On a good day, probably 3.5. On a bad day, probably a 2.8. But we're playing in a pickleball tournament tomorrow, and I will let you know tomorrow night how we did. Jeez, look how wide the tires are on this Jeep truck. Jeez, that's some aftermarket axles right there. Is this dude drinking? This girl's smoking right here. And applying lipsticks. Perfect. Yeah, so last weekend, oh, he's got a 40 of Mickey's. Jeez, bro. I usually only see a 40 of Mickey's if it's St. Patrick's Day. People, these young kids put their Instagram on their car. Trackus, I don't know what that means. You can track them with the Trackus. Oh yeah, last week I didn't win, I got third place in a tournament called Best of the Best. I definitely didn't win. The team that won by a lot. Look at this license plate. Dog money. Dog money? I don't know what that means. Dog money. Oh, this guy's a little too old for the club. Is this Thomas Bahama right here? Tommy, what are you doing? You're looking a little sus with a tucked in shirt. Can I see your ID, Grandpa? Just kidding. I don't need the stone chiseled tablet from the late 1800s. Jeez, look at the line right here. Sheesh. Ed Hardy is still a thing? What the heck? I can't believe people are still wearing Ed Hardy. That's crazy to me. Hey, Zach Stuff, what up? Look at this girl's party outfit. Porty. This girl looks like she is 15. All three of those girls together look like they're like 35 collectively. This area, this intersection right here, this is 20th and Market. Right on the other side of that stoplight, after the Denver Nuggets won in 2023, 10 people got shot right there on the street. And on this channel that you're watching, I stood right here and did a news story on it, and nobody cared at all. None of them, well, I don't want to say none, but like the news really didn't cover it. I think they just didn't want to put a blemish on the NBA, the first NBA victory for Denver. Before that, Denver had barely even been to the playoffs. We had Allen Iverson, he didn't do anything for us. We had Carmelo Anthony, nothing. And then we picked up Nikola Jokic, and he took us to the promised land. First NBA Finals appearance, maybe even the first conference appearance. We won the conference, and then we went to the NBA Finals, and we won the NBA Finals versus the Heat. And I was down here partying. That's what I was trying to show you on my backup channel called Jeremy Reed 1980. I streamed that whole night. So if you want to see what that area looked like after the win, I streamed like over 2 hours. The reception was really bad because everybody had their phone out. So I'll let you know ahead of time. It's not the greatest quality video, but we captured the moment, which is acceptable. I don't want to say it's great. Acceptable is probably accurate. I used to see how this dude has his shirt under his shirt. I used to do that. That was a 90s skater move, to wear like a long sleeve shirt and then a t-shirt over it. I used to do that. I guess this is growing up. What up, Steph? I'm okay. Hey, who else is doing okay? And I'm feeling good. We are getting old, Jeremy. Hell yeah. Oh, this girl just went across the street. You hear that honking? This girl just froggered across the street. She didn't even care. Oh, here's her friend that didn't frogger across the street. And I'm feeling old. Like Aaliyah said, age ain't nothing but a number. She was also dating R. Kelly at the time, and she was like 15. And R. Kelly is now in jail, so take that for what it's worth. Ding 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 da ding ding. Dee diddle dee dee. Deedle deedle deedle. Here's Putt Shack. Putt Shack, baby, putt shack. Putting, baby, that's where it's at. Putt shack, baby, putt shack. These dudes are shacking up right her. Deedle, deedle, deedle. Deedle, deedle. Hey, this is where I brought, so if you guys saw the stream I did with a very special guest, my wife Linda, we pulled in here and I was like, oh, they're doing some activity, and it was like really crazy. Oh, this dude's driving with his lights off. It was cornhole. Whoa, bro, we're sharing the road. What are you doing? Yeah, I'll show you what they're doing in here. Actually, hold on. Let me not put my lights inside here. Too late. Hold on. I'll get right up on the... Should I go in here? You want me to take... Here, hold on. I could probably put you on mute and go in here. I'm gonna park right by this smoker. Smoke them if you got them. All right, I'm gonna attempt to go in here, but it's probably gonna be on mute. Zach Stuff, thank you for the gifted membership. I'm sorry I missed that. Thank you, Ellie, for letting me know. I'm hitting some high quality H2O before I go in here. Ugh. All right, I've got my wallet. Let's see if we can gain entry. That's how old I am. Cassette tape wallet. All right. So here's my prediction. I'm going to go in. I'm going to put the phone in my little pocket right here. My kangaroo pocket in the front. And no, I did not park in the handicap space. I parked to the side. I'll show you when I get out. Yeah, I'm gonna put you in my pocket. I'm gonna go in, act like I'm just there for the bar. And then I'll try to get elevated, #elevated, and then I'll look down on the people playing cornhole. There's a good chance that this whole thing is going to be on mute because they're probably playing music in here. So yeah, I'm going to go in, check it out, try to show you whatever I can show you, and then we'll dip like a chip. You ready? See here, this is a regular spot, followed by another regular spot, and then here's the handicap spot. I guess I'm a little closer to it than I should be, but don't tell anybody. All right, I'm gonna put it on mute. Hold on. Muting now. I have it on mute. They're playing Cruel Summer. I love this song. It's a cruel summer. So another movie that I've seen over 100 times, Big Lebowski. Shomer Shabbos. Don't roll on Sundays. Over the line. I'm sorry, Smokey. This is not Nam. There are rules. Over the line. Mark it 0, dude. Next frame. Smokey, you're entering a world of pain. A what? A world of pain. Have you ever heard of Vietnam? Walter, will you calm down? Perfectly calm, dude. Yeah, waving a gun around? Calmer than you are. Will you just chill out? Calmer than you are. Hey, thank you, Donald. Respect to our fearless leader. Oh, hold on. Jeremy and all of us homies. Knicks, baby. Hey, the Knicks have a good chance. Pacers have a good chance. Oklahoma Thunder has no chance. Nuggets, I hope, have a good chance. I'm trying to stay realistic. There are a lot of good teams. But we're still alive. Game 7 on Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Pacers look really good. The Cavs looked really good all season, and then they faced the Pacers. The Pacers put them to sleep. And I was just really happy that the Nuggets didn't go against Timberwolves. Timberwolves knocked us out, I think last year. And Anthony Edwards is on a tear. He's having a good couple seasons in a row. But I hope the best team wins. I'm not a huge, obviously I'm a huge Nuggets fan, but other than the Nuggets, I'm just a fan of the players. I like good players. So yeah, I just hope the best team wins. Hopefully the best team is the Nuggets, but we'll see. So yeah, what'd you guys think? I was catching some real dirty looks in there, and then a couple of the bartenders were like, "Can I help you?" And it was the kind of help you like, "What are you doing?" That "Can I help you?" And I was like, "Oh no, I'm just checking it out." And they're like, "No, can I help you?" I was like, "No, still no." And then there was like a big crash, and it was the Jenga tower coming down. This looks like the wrong side of the tracks over here. Hold on. This looks like I'm going straight into the darkness. Whoa. No potholes yet. We're not seeing potholes, but this is a town that gets a lot of snow, and so they do snow removal, and the snow removal eats at the streets. But they're pretty good at patching potholes, except, so there's there's an Asian market that Linda goes to in Broomfield called H Mart. They have H Mart all over Southern California too. And there's a huge pothole, and somebody put a bunch of rocks in the pothole so that when you go over it, it's semi-smooth. It still feels, a little bumpy, but it's better than the actual pothole. What is this? That looks like a magnet for a lightning bolt. Nikolai Tesla bathroom? Lightning bathroom? I don't know. The Beetlejuice house here on the corner. I do need to call it a night. I need to go home, get a couple hours of sleep. If I don't get good enough sleep, then Linda's gonna blame me for losing the pickleball tournament tomorrow. I will try to remember to bring my medal from last weekend, the 3rd place medal from the Best of the Best tournament that I played in last weekend. Still very, very, very hyped that I got 3rd in that. Because there were teams that were better than I was, and I got lucky. And I got lucky just by being healthy. And my partner played really well. And the kid that I played with, I've known him since high school, and this area is called Rhino. This is the arts district. And it's a rhino with a bird on it. The person that taught me how to play pickleball, my friend Jamie, he's the one that I got 3rd in this tournament with. So came full circle. Like in September, October, he was teaching me the rules of pickleball. And then in May, we're getting third in a tournament that was pretty competitive. So very happy with that. And I'm hoping for the best tomorrow. Linda wants me to do well, and so I'll probably play pretty conservative. Oh, that dude's racing it. Some coach got a Gatorade bath right here, it looks like. Thanks for this B-roll channel show. Thank you so much to Noelle for dropping 2 huge donations. Thank you to Noelle's mom. Thank you to Ellie for helping me out tonight. Thank you to Matt and to Zach's Stuff. If you don't know about Zach's Stuff, he's got a channel on YouTube. Please search it and look it up. If Ellie or Zach wants to drop that link, you definitely can. He's got a channel on YouTube that does knife reviews. I love his channel. It's more than just that. So check it out. Zach's Stuff on YouTube. If you are free tomorrow night, same bat channel, well, probably 9 o'clock my time. But I will be, oh, Ellie dropped it. Thank you so much. Please give Zach a sub. He's got a great channel on YouTube. I will be live tomorrow night, 9 p.m.-ish Colorado time, 8 p.m. California time. And in the next couple of weeks, I'll be in Seattle. I might go live in Seattle. And then a little bit after that, I will be live in Los Angeles. And I will take you around with me. And we'll see if I still know my way around LA and Hollywood. Hopefully I see you for that. Hopefully I see you tomorrow night. If I don't see you, have a great weekend. And bless your little buttons if you are cheering for the Denver Nuggets to win this Game 7. That's the face I'm going to be making on Sunday. Either good or bad, I'm going to make that same face. Please leave comments. Last week I said please leave comments and I only got like 30 comments. Please donate a comment. Please. I love to hear from you. I will leave a heart on the comment. When you leave a comment, it will come up kind of like somebody sending me a text message on my phone, and then I get all happy. I'm like, there's one more comment. Maybe you don't think that means that much, but it means a lot to me. So thank you to all the commenters. And I'll see you tomorrow night. If I don't see you, have a great weekend. Mwah. I love ya.